Welcome back to the channel, guys, and my name is Drew. Today we're going to talk about that big announcement that MLS and Apple made together about them two merging, coming together to make one platform for everything MLS. So without further ado, let's just get to it. If you love soccer here in America, then you must be pretty lonely. There's not much of us here, I know. But you're here at the right channel where you can feel safe. It's a safe spot for you soccer fans here in America. And we can talk about every league around the world if you want. Request is down below. We'll talk about it. The big soccer stories around the world. And of course, MLS and USMT content. So subscribe down below so you never feel lonely ever again. I did find a couple articles online talking about this whole MLS Apple TV deal to explain a little more in depth as much as they can, because there is not really too much information besides the whole that they're doing it thing. There's really not much deeper than that. I will link those articles down below in the description box. So guys, once you're done watching this video, feel free to check it out. And while you're down there looking at it, fucking like the button. That sounded really wrong, didn't it? Okay, so it is a 10-year deal between Apple and MLS. That is a freaking long time. In this deal, us MLS fans and new fans, hopefully in the next 10 years, will be able to watch all MLS content, the MLS games, the MLS finals, the playoffs, all of that, the Leagues Cup, and the MLS Next and MLS Next Pro. You know, those leagues too are going to be kicking off in 2023. Will all be accessible in Apple TV. And the way that this article kind of worded it, it seemed like, it says that will be exclusive to Apple TV app, but built separately from Apple's catch-all Apple, TV streaming service. So it seems like if you have Apple TV streaming service already, that maybe it's built differently, or it's like another extra charge to get that whole MLS package. It's probably not too much. We don't know yet. Like I said, there's not much information available yet because all they really did was just announce that it's freaking happening, and then now we are just reacting to it. Okay, so what about, let's say, the MLS on cable TV and ESPN Plus, of Hulu? All that stuff is all going to go away. It's all only going to be solely accessible within Apple TV stuff. I think there is some little bits and pieces there that can be available elsewhere, here and there. But for the most part, all of it primarily is only going to be on Apple TV. So if you have DirecTV or Comcast Dish, if it's even still alive, if you have those cable networks and you're watching your local team, that's going to be gone. So and that sucks for those people, but another reason for you to cut that freaking cord of cable. Yes, you're gonna have to get another streaming service, but we'll get to that in a second. So all that's gonna be gone. But when you subscribe to this Apple TV package, you're gonna be able to watch those games anywhere, all the time, no blackouts. You'll be access to that anywhere. If you're traveling to freaking Las Vegas, you're trying to watch New York Red Bulls on a local station, normally they don't have it. But over here, for the Apple TV service, you're going to be able to watch it everywhere, which that's how I understand it. If that's wrong, then I am a fraud. But that's pretty much the gist of it. That's what I've seen people asking, what about my local TV channel, blah, 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 all that stuff. So it's all going to be gone. It's all going to be only on Apple TV. So that's the way it looks like it's going to be. And I think there is more pros than cons to this whole Apple TV MLS deal. And let's just freaking get into it. MLS is one of the most profitable sports leagues around the world, one of the most fastest growing leagues, one of the most diverse players in their leagues, diverse fan bases. It is a huge up and coming league. Despite how some of us see it, or some of the MLS haters see it, MLS is on the rise, whether you like it or not. And it's coming, and Apple TV I feel is going to accelerate that even more. Especially with this 10-year deal, I can see Apple surpassing NHL, MLB, maybe not really NFL or what's basketball league, NBA. See, I'm not that dumb. But for the most part, I think this is such a great acquisition for Apple TV ahead of the 2026 World Cup. That's going to be here, North America, and also just ahead of this year's World Cup in 2022, because everybody knows when the World Cup happens, a bunch of soccer people get more in tune and excited about soccer. And now, if they want to watch more, say USA does well this year, which God hope they do, then more people are going to want to watch USA or USA players, and some of them are playing MLS, so they're going to want to watch MLS too. And the only way they can do that is through Apple TV, and that's how you grow a fan base. You attract more people there. They're going to have a bunch of new stuff added to this Apple TV MLS merger. It's going to be, I hope, going to be pretty fun, packed stuff. I feel like before we talk about the pros, let's talk about the bad stuff. Let's start with the bad, end on a high note. The bad stuff, the only thing I can really think about is if you are not an Apple TV subscriber or user already, then it's going to be another streaming service you're going to have to get if you want to watch MLS content. So before, like I said, you can watch it anywhere else like Fox or ESPN Plus. Now we won't be able to, or a local TV channel, but now you're not going to be able to. So you're going to have to add another finance to your monthly streaming services bills, along with like HBO, Hulu, Netflix, whatever, Amazon Prime, whatever you guys use. You're going to have to add Apple TV to that. I know some people might like, oh, it's only like I said, we don't know the pricing yet, so I can't really speculate on that, but you're going to spend money. You can be spending money either way. So it doesn't matter what it is. You can be spending money on another streaming service to watch just MLS and Ted Lasso. To me, I don't think Apple TV has other stuff. I haven't really watched too much Apple TV stuff to give a concrete, opinion on what I think about the streaming service as a whole. I just watched for Ted Lasso. So I still have it, so I'm going to be watching MLS as well. I like it because I'm going to be able to watch everything all in one spot for MLS if I need to catch up on some stuff, some games, or blah, blah, some of the players. So that's really the only con is that, to me, that I see that about the whole adding another streaming service, or even, of course, maybe another con also, if you're used to having your cable and you're having your local team watching, you're going to have to either get a streaming service and keep your cable, or cancel your cable and get the streaming service so you could watch your team play locally. All right, like I said, that's all the bad stuff that I can think about myself. There probably is more, but to me, I didn't see much asked in a bad sense or complained about on Twitter other than local, their local channels and, of course, another streaming service to pay for. Like, I don't want to buy Apple TV, blah, blah, blah. That's all I've seen really primarily. There probably is more, but I think maybe that is the biggest one, right? Let's get now to the fun part. The pros. The biggest pro for MLS, let's start for that, is the money. They're going to be getting, like I said, over 10 years, $2.5 billion or something like that from Apple. Not really anything special from Apple, but a lot for MLS. Just think about the money they could use in acquiring good players, in building more academies, and just like putting it into the league itself and helping soccer grow here, in America, USA soccer, developing more American talented prospects here, coming up through MLS Next Pro to freaking MLS, the big league here for soccer. Like, I would love to see that. I wish they would have had some USL stuff on here, but I understand you guys, they really can't get everything, so that's okay. But that's the biggest one, the money. That's going to be so good for MLS. Maybe not for us, but for them, it's a big bright spot. Second one I can think about is all access to the MLS content. Like I said, all of these, it's all going to be on one freaking thing. No more flipping back, no more looking like, all right, is it on Fox Sports or is it on freaking Hulu? Is it on ESPN Plus? We can just go here to the MLS streaming service, basically, and watch everything. There's also going to be more content. That's another pro. They said they're going to have more in-depth analysis, highlights, more goals, like all these the highlights of all the big games, the big talks, like a bunch of fun, hopefully fun, MLS-centered content that we didn't really get for ESPN or on Fox Sports. Like, we only got here and there, but if they're going to have MLS solely on Apple TV, then they have to really spend the money to make more sports talk shows, to make more entertaining shows talking about USA Soccer and MLS, all on Apple TV. And I think that's going to be a really good plus for us to see behind the scenes stuff with players. I think it's going to be so fun to see more of MLS that we weren't able to see before. Another big pro that I think, this doesn't include for me because I'm not a season ticket holder, but MLS season ticket holders will get the streaming service for free with the purchase of their MLS season ticket package. That is going to be, that's awesome. I think if you're paying that money to watch your team, all season, then fuck yeah. You definitely get this service for Apple TV package with MLS content, all of it exclusive to you as well, because you're obviously love this team and love that team and love the league. So I think it's a really nice touch there from Apple and MLS. Of course, when they do decide to release more information about the MLS and Apple TV deal, I will make an updated video on it, covering it with you guys, talking about it with you guys. Have a good time. Hee hee ha ha. But that's pretty much it for today. Let me know your thoughts down below on the whole MLS Apple TV deal. Do you like it? Do you not? And if you do or if you don't, let me know why down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for kicking it with me, and I'll see you next time. Peace.